We got ourselves somebody over for the team to join as an elemental shaman. On the team, we got Vasquez as Affliction this time around. Sally over on the Havoc Demon Hunter. We got Soul Eater as the Demonology and Masterfoot. And it's going to be somebody getting blasted out by Fire Breath with a full combustion on Jayhawk Wizard. This man trying to see if he can just pop off big cooldowns immediately afterwards. Goes for Shift and Power just to get himself all the casts immediately. Going to be more Fire Blast coming out. Jayhawk not giving Bonsomdi any opportunity to catch up any health. It's going to be a nice grind totem for Bonsomdi to redirect a lot of the pressure off of himself onto the totem instead, which should hopefully give him a little bit more survivability going into this duel. Jayhawk trying to go for a little bit of cooldown reduction with Shift and Power, but somebody pushes in order to stay as aggressive as possible. They're trying to deny any cooldown reduction. For Jayhawk, he does have himself the full breath combo available very soon, combustion available, so you could go for a nice little go versus Bonsomdi, but the man is actually might be under a ton of pressure. That's going to be Primordial getting set up as a lava burst, could be potentially at the end of him, at least force out some big defenses like his wall. Oh, not wall, but rather, what, Chi Death? Intro Poly does go for the chicken, but somebody pushing on the offensive. That's going to be able to get both the Ice Block as well as Chi Death for Jayhawk. Oh no. Oh, he's just like, ah, no, why my defenses? All of them. Good setup with Bonsomdi. Took the opportunity, took the moment, blasted him out. Jayhawk does have an alter time unless Bonsomdi does end up removing it. For Jayhawk, that is a little bit of a reset. At least have himself one big go for Bonsomdi, one more go. He could go also for what? I guess he got defensively invis too, so maybe could make that happen. Big wall for Bonsomdi. That's going to be Jayhawk. This is going to go for a bit of combustion. I think a random bit of combustion. He still has real combustion, but Bonsomdi able to shut him down, dude. The lava burst do overpower the Pyroblast. With Grifka going to be up next. Does Bonsomdi, is he aware there's going to be Grifka yet again? Shadow Strike onto the totem, but it's going to be Bonsomdi still burning to some of the dots. It's going to be a bit of a knockback on the Grifka as he goes in for a big secret technique. The Shadow Rogues join in out of the... Oh, my goodness. Whoopsie Daisy is right. Lord, that amount of damage is just a lot. Grifka immediately skulking away into the corner. Got himself a big old Shadow Meld. He only really used up, by the looks of it, Shadow Blades in that setup, right? That's all he really did, and then Secret Technique in the dance. So he's really kind of like mostly healthy to fight Soul Eater. Grifka is going to take his time though. So we're taking a sweet time. I think maybe wait until another set of dances. Potentially. Soul Eater trying to see if he can get himself a full pet, but he's kind of aware that Rogue is going to be nearby. Not going to let him get a full cast off if at all possible. Stun onto these pets. Sheep shot onto the Felguard as a Wrath Guard with a Kidney shot onto the Warlock. Does go for the Axe Toss. Feldor joins in. So this is going to be Grifka actually under a ton of pressure. All these stuns back to back. Hand go down for Soul Eater. Does pop in the wall as well as the Dark Pack. So it's a lot of cooldowns altogether. Grifka waiting until the tire comes out before he vanishes. So for Soul Eater, that's every single defense of offensive all used at once. Is going to pick up the eye, could send the pets of Grifka right now, and really should send the pets of Grifka, try to see if he can maybe counteract them. It's going to be a shadowy duel, try to see if he can take the Warlock away from all these pets. Trinket with a Mortal Coil does have a big secret technique, burning right to Soul Eater. It's going to be access yet again. All these pets are still on Grifka, and as long as he can keep these pets on Grifka the entire time, he'll be in a great spot. Try to see, I think, go for, it look like an interrupt. He did try to go for an interrupt, but Soul Eater does end up getting interrupted, does get locked down, and cannot really do much off of that. Vanished last second by Grifka. Maybe the Feral gets him out in the open. Does Brutal Slash with a gouge by the Rogue. This is trying to get himself a bit of a setup. Cheap shot with that dance, trying to see if he can force cooldowns on a Masterfoot. Has a blind in case he needs to. That is the Thorns as well. Is going to use the blind to try to get himself a bit of a reposition behind the pillar. If Masterfoot can get back over there, maybe Moonfire the guy or something, anything bleed him up, he is going to get him back into combat. Grifka has a Cloak of Shadows. If he has a Cloak of Shadows that he cancels his physical resistances as well, he may be in a good spot. Back-to-back bleeds. Cloak of Shadows for Grifka. Does he have the cloak that removes the bleeds though? I don't think he does. It looks like the man's still taking a lot of damage into his health bar. Kidney shot? I think he's just dead. Yeah, just bled up. Masterfoot went in. Full bleed, sunk him as deep as he can into Grifka, and down the man goes with Drew. Gonna be up next, trying to see if he can fight the Feral Druid into a Trinket, trying to deny the Feral any kind of reset behind the pillar. It's gonna go for full Bloodlust. Sunder to follow. Masterfoot may be in a bit of trouble. Big Elemental Blast right after, trying to go full defensive, using Heart of the Wild as early as possible. Learned it from the last match. Use it early in order to be able to get him a lot of recovery, but still may not be enough. The Shaman is absolutely overpowering. Man still has a renewal. It's gonna go for renewal, trying to go for a bit of movement speed, breaking the Bird form real quickly for a quick trial form for just a second, but I don't know if it'll be enough for him though. Doesn't get himself still hard. Still a little bit of heals. Root around the corner. May still be down for the count. I think it's over. May wait a second. Does get knocked. Does he take it? Takes the knock and goes behind the pillar. Sometimes you need to take the enemy's mobility. Any kind of knockbacks to give you. Take that momentum. Use it to your advantage. Does end up going for it with a stun and a reset versus Drug, but yet another lasso on him. Does have himself a small shield. Is that the is it small shield? That's probably from the PvP tier set, isn't it? The world PvP tier? Or, because that's not Sport Cloak, is it? Or is it? Because a lot of you guys have been to the Sport Cloak recently, into a full Thorns of the Masterfoot, trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a reset, but he just can't outrun the Shaman whatsoever. One more early blast, it does end up just taking him out. Wasel's gonna be up next as an I was gonna say enhancement, Shamansman, but no. Not even. As the Demon Hunter immediately goes in for a blur, trying to see if he can deny any kind of knocks with that charge back. I-beam to follow. Drug is going to go for an interrupt. Metamorphosis to dodge the stun totem immediately. Going to be a hunter around the corner. Does that get himself a bit of a setup? That's going to be Drug getting out of it as soon as possible. Sal is going to go in and try, I think, to guys focus on the Earth Elemental to some degree. So at least he has a target to attack. Big blast. Wait a second. Oh, Drug turning around with a massive damage. Big. Oh, Demon joined then. He's able to slay it, but I think man is still just under a ton of pressure. Flame Shock still rolling on him. If he gets out of the darkness, immediately walked out of the darkness into the light, just vaporized to all the elements all at once. Fasco's lasso left on team 2, try to see if he can hold up the fort as he's playing that. As he's playing out on that Affliction Warlock. Mortal Colon getting sent in immediately. Fasco's trying to go for a bit of a setup versus Drug. It's going to go for a couple of dots away. All those dots established immediately. If you can, also, another thing you can do, it's a little bit of a pot shot, but you could technically go for the health swap. If the enemy has like a pet, pop the dots on the pet, take them off of the pet, pop them on the guy as soon as you get a line of sight of him. That could be pretty big in terms of establishing dots, and you don't have to worry about getting interrupted. Drug just trying to see if he can fight through Fasco's, taking him out before the man even has a chance to respond. Mad damage, gonna be drain life. Does he have an answer here? Trying to see if he can live and drain soul to follow. Does have a wall for this one. Drug took a lot of dot damage, but it's just taking a while. Take him down, burrow down for just a second. It's Fasco's trying to see if he can get himself a bit of recovery. I think it may just be over for the Warlock. Does go Mortal Call Fear last second. Full dots are back up on the Drug. Is this where the dots finally make their play? The dots take a while for them to ramp up to do the full damage, but eventually the Drug is going to feel the pain, feel the pressure of those periodic effects. Try to go for a bit of a root into fast kills with a bit of a heal as well behind the pillar. Dark Pact available still for fast kills for a second. Does end up going for the human to break out of it. Drug with the bloodlust. Oh, just ends up clobbering him down. Doesn't really take too long either. Goes in as enhanced Shaman just popping off. My goodness. This guy got a lot of damage behind him. Like a full Storm Striker build, I think. I need to double check, but I think it was a full Storm Striker build. Well done. Let's get us another one going, boys, yeah? Uno más, uno más, uno más.